Hi, good evening. Welcome to my tube. I am Standing Turtle. Today's day one that I've said that. Earlier I was wondering if I was going to remember to say it or if I was going to go just say, I'm Marge. Whatever. I don't know. I think Marge is just easier to say today. Whatever. Whatever fits. But I like Standing Turtle. That is my self-given name, my self-proclaimed name, Standing Turtle. I did make that declaration today. And I've used turtle, since like TURTIL since, shoot, the early 90s. I'm always done things quirky. That's what Hale could do, you know? We try to just look at life different because everybody looks at the same and it's freaking boring as fuck. When everybody goes the same way, the same narrative, you know? I got freaking reactionary today, a little fired up. I got a call from the Office of Aging, Senior Aging, you know, freaking caseworkers, man. They got like 100, no joke, I'm saying when you walk in their office, there's like 96 business cards for every caseworker. And if you look at the pay scale for all of them, it's like anywhere from 35, you know, around 3,500, a couple few grand a month, right, to just move pots around. You know, they used to freaking call every 3 months. How are things going with Loretta? Like they just pay themselves to act like they care, and then pay me an allowance of $500 every 2 weeks because that's all they say that I'm worth. $14.35 an hour. Not even 80 hours for a 2-week pay period. It's only 50 hours. So I got to tell Katie the caseworker today, Katie, don't have a Katie call me. Just fresh out of social services graduate. Katie called and said, how are things going with Loretta? I'm like, oh, that's so wonderful of you all to call. I haven't heard from your office since November of last year. And you all have been working from home. I expected to get a call from you all like every week checking in. You know, everybody cares so much. Haven't heard a damn word, but they're still paying themselves. I got pictures of the office last time I drop off my timesheet because I got to drive all the way up to drop off my physical timesheet to prove I took care of my mom. This is the hours that I put in because they like you to dance through hoops, dance puppet, dance. People that don't do shit want you to dance like a fucking puppet. And it's all coming down. Yep, it's okay, Tuck. It's okay. I gotta calm down, huh, Pops? He's like, Mom, turn up the fan. Calm it down, Mom. Okay. Good boy. It's cool. It's cool. He's a good dog. Can I finish? It's only if you relax. Wanna come over here? Wanna come over on this side by the window? Come on. Come on. Come over here by the window. Come right here. Good boy. That's your favorite evening spot right there. Good dog. Good boy. Good boy. Hi. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me to calm down. Thank you. Thank you. That is why they're my therapy dogs, because they keep me calm. Because I have to stay calm for them. Huh, you want to get a drink? You need to go by and get a drink? Huh? It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's alright. It's okay. Come over here. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's good. Just gonna settle down. You know, when people make light of people that have anger issues, it's instances like that that I think of. So when people make light of, oh, you have anger issues? When I think about things, and I just randomly think about things all the time. I'm a human being. I'm a spirit having a human experience, but you track me. Today I was thinking about shell shock. See, because I'm an empath, and I read people's energy. And we're coming up onto a time that I don't like. I used to love it. But then people got carried away with the idea of how they thought things should be. And then when they do that, when their self-will runs riot, they don't think about everybody else. And it just spoils it for most people. When people can't self-govern, when they can't live within their own means, and they have to suck resources and draw on other people's energy, it's not even fun to do. So I started omitting things in my life, like going to large gatherings, because I started thinking about all the crap you had to ordeal for just the short experience of things. But I have had lots of experiences in my life to draw on. Been plenty of Broadway shows across America, you know. I just suited up and showed up a lot of years. So in my experience with the 4th of July, what it's evolved into, it ain't about community and family and freedom no more. People are seeing what it's about. This perpetual frickin' gross greedy machine of frickin' breaking spirits. And you know, to me, it's just like it's like Christmas, and Christmas wasn't rad for me either. We just spent our Christmases 11 hours on a Greyhound bus, you know, from usually around noon till 11:30 at night. It's just another day. It's what people put into it. And see, I was at a little island in the Mediterranean when Operation Iraqi bullshit came out. The first round went in, and then they didn't know what to do with the first round. It's about 500 Marines went in on the ground, decimated, you know, just played video games their whole life, just never, you know, played sports, baseball, football, you know, didn't have a lot of options in life. Joined the military. Things happen. Usually it's war times, but every now and again they like to stroke the economy, and now was one of those times. So they brought him, and I was serviced the flight line, and they just had, you know, 500-600 of these men just laid up in a hangar. They were just sleeping in the tanks that they just decimated people with. Just, you know, came to the realization that there are people that can kill people, and there are people that just can't harm another human being no matter what the cost. And all these guys, you know, they really found out, you know, their training really, you know, but then they're having to sit and literally reel in the devastation what they caused, because they didn't put them anywhere. And then it was like, and then finally when they released, they let them like drink. They gave them like liberty on like to drink the bowling alley, you know. So these freaking dudes just tried to erase. That's 500-600 psyches they tried to erase. The base commander had to shut it down because they just freaking went crazy. It's shell shock. When people realize the ugliness, the shadow side of what they are. And the thing of it is every human being has that. Everybody has it in them. They just usually don't reach a potential in life where they have to face that, or even, you know, and then to do that, to realize that you're just like, because the country over there looks just like the country over here, so it doesn't matter if you're in Iran or Iraq, you know, it looks like Cincinnati, Ohio, or Redding, California, or parts of it look like San Diego on the beach. You know what I mean? All those places look all these places, and yeah, the people, we have different shades of skin, but the people are the same, and you're seeing that, oh my gosh, these people aren't a threat, but we're freaking wiping out their freaking families and their grocery stores and their everyday way of living. And then they were just brought and then dropped back and just said, okay, thanks for your service, here's a ribbon for your jacket, good luck with your freaking mental capacity for the rest of your life. That's why the suicide rates are all over the place, because these guys are so mad and they got no place to be mad, just like I got no place to be mad telling Katie, who do you think you are, man? Asking me if I'm taking care of my mom. I get toilet water from a creek, dude. Yeah, I'm taking the best care of her I can. I did ask her, I'm like, I gotta move in a few months. If you have any resources to help me, that would be great. Just email them too. That's what people are figuring out. They pay, I get, because my qualifications, understand, with my resume and my career and the way I set myself up before my life stopped 3 years ago. It's okay, bud. You want this pillow too? He said, I want you to chill out. Okay. I get these job notifications all the time. Ones that I'm qualified for, you know. And as soon as I grow my tribe, maybe I'll step into some of these positions of role. But first I got to get a place where Mom and the DOGs are good. So this is a supervisory public affairs specialist. Now, public affairs is basically a control burn person, a bullshit person, a create the narrative person. Tell them what we want them to believe, okay? And you can do this for the U.S. Department of Interior, right? $109,000 to $142,000 a year. I'd be good on a third of that, and I think everybody else in any position of authority should learn to live within your means and maybe drop your scale. See, that's the thing. Information Technology Specialist 1, a county job, $5,297 to $8,570 a month. A month. I get that. Maybe I get a little bit more of that from VA a year. Maybe. And everybody needs, I implore everybody to go and go, how are you guys, man, there's just plenty for everybody if you guys just, didn't freaking make everyday Joe society pay for your boats, biannual vacations, weekends to the Bay Area, Airbnbs all over the world, your kids' college, Ivy League, because you went there, all that stuff. We pay for their egos. And it's all on the shoulders of this shell-shocked. Look at all the veterans. Like, I don't have what I deserve because I can't get through to people. And I'm smart. So where does that leave people that are kids that are so shell-shocked? They were 18, so now they're 28, 38, 35, living on the streets. They don't even why bother with technology? It's just nobody's going to help you anyway. I know I got ideas of how to put people like me in the streets and to get people the benefits that they need. And that's the thing, is you bro brats, you don't like getting your hands dirty. Because I've made videos for 3 years. I challenge every bureaucrat, every candidate, go sleep amongst your people in the tent cities in which you create. Katie Brown, there's a tent city right across the street from the $80+ million police facility, okay, that the city of Salem has downtown is right now. They're wrapping up for that good old boy club. Go sleep in the tent city. I'm not talking like overnight. I'm talking 4 nights, 5 days. Almost give yourself a taste that this what it would be like if this was your potential reality. Put yourself in the holes that you have made while you pay yourselves oh so much. Hey, I'll do it. I'll do it. That's the thing, is I don't ask people to do things that I wouldn't do myself. I don't. And that's what all the bureaucrats do, and they pay themselves 6 figures to do it, and then they have all the taxpayers pay for it, and they buy themselves fleets of cars. And then they have the police that go around and say, I love when I see cops that have their tail lights and headlights out, because they have a whole motor pool. They have a place that they can take and then like have the blinker fluid filled up and stuff like that for them, while they go around and tell people what they're doing wrong. Shell shock. See, because a lot of these guys are freaking shorting out, because a lot of these guys that are cops, they were in the same positions and saw these things, and then they came home and they got, then they came home and they got some kind of support system. But now the astrology and the way things of the world are, it's triggering that stuff in them again. So when there's rioting in the streets, their minds are going back, their spirit is going back into their heightened state of defragmentation of what spirits often have a tendency to do under traumatic events, car accidents included, a parent killing another parent in front of their children. I mean, all these storylines are happening every day. It's not just wartime scenarios that create shell shock. It is also just the realization of seeing how dark humanity can be. And that's what we're going to see more of, because people haven't done the work. I hope to God I've done the work. Aries and Mars and Aries. I made notes. I hope Mars and Aries, because that's the thing, Mom. My whole life is like, your anger. If you don't control your anger, it's gonna control. It's and I'm not. And my anger is explosive, but I go outside and I'll like smack the ground. I can't even hit a tree. So I ain't gonna take it out. But I'll smack something like the side of my truck or just something to get that combustive energy out, because that is the energy. And I think there need to be anger stations all over the place. And I just heard my first firework, and it's 6. And I just want to go out and ask, how long do I have to endure you glorifying the death of people? Because that's all that fireworks are. It's all that it is. The rocket's red glare is a representation. Just like every week when people go, when they used to go to communion, Catholic communion, you're drinking the representation of the blood of Christ. The blood, you're drinking blood and eating the bread. And then now there's all these cannibalism stories, and it's just extremism. It's people that haven't dealt with their ego, that are gone into this mire of extremism. And I hope I've done the work that I can just turn around and walk away and turn the cheek when people are freaking stupid out in the world. And I'm gonna and go along with things better, because it's the resistance. That's where people like me, and I know there's freaking dudes that have seen way, that were there. I just felt the energy of them. I just had to walk through and and I had to, but I'm a transmuter. And I see what death and destruction does with people firsthand. And so you folks that are living with guys that are really angry that were there, and have dads that are real quiet but were always real mad because they were in Vietnam and stuff like that, because I knew those guys too. You just really got to come up at them with a place of love, but find out something that they love that's not necessarily that's soothing for their vibrational frequency. Maybe they like to play cribbage, something like that. Something you might think is boring, or something that old people, but meet people in their heart space to make them feel good. Because usually it's like people want to know the warrior, but then once you know the warrior, you don't want to know the warrior. Warriors don't want to kill people. Warriors want to... It's always been my understanding that they want to prevent that loss of life at all costs. At all costs. At all costs. And in my mind, there should be nothing that would, there should be no guns. In my meditate state, sometimes I picture an earth in a highest, in a dimensional frequency that there are no guns. That they just don't work. That when people point them at something, the magnetic field jams them up and they just... Or, people can learn how to freaking cooperate with metals and stuff, and they can just sink the barrel. That's what I see happening. I already got the ability to telekinesis. I get it from my mom, So, world's about ready for people like me. Because more and more people are getting shell shocked. So more and more people, and more importantly, is that they're starting to look at the people at top and go, why don't you have any empathy? It's like they're androids, and that's what they're figuring out. Is a person so immersed in ego that they are literally without their spirit, and a spirit is where empathy is. It's come from the heart. It's from the heart space, and people, I don't think bureaucrats. I mean, it's like they think they're doing something good. They don't. That's because they're always. Everybody gets a ribbon. Everybody gets it. They ain't never gone through no strife. They've never had to float a 20-cent loan for 10 days, or get their toilet water from the stream next door, or have to walk up to the store every 3 days, whether you had a migraine or not, to get food for 7 months because you paid $17,500 down. You had $1,200 left, but there was no bailout for me. That last $1,200, just seconds, but I've always been taken care of. That's the thing, is like I've always gotten to be next to a place where there's a stream for the, it's like I don't have any complaints because the balance has always been there, that I just have everything I need. So that has always been a reminder that even if I had so much, that's why I go by my 51% rule, whatever contributions I ever make. And contribution is, I look at that as an earning. So whatever I make in life, because, my world paid for my ego enough. I ain't having the world pay for my ego. I pay my own way. So I keep 49% for me and my family, mom, the stuff that we eat, dogs. So I'll get to call up the veterinarian tomorrow, see about getting a sedative for Luna. She don't like the fireworks neither. And some flea medicine for Tuck, oral, and then 51% I pay forward because I know how to get the things to the people that people actually need, instead of paying for all of the overhead and all of the cars with the logos on the side with all of the organizations that tout that people care. When they really don't. That's because you don't pay yourself that much first. When they're in the the cracks of society are just getting wider. So it's gonna get better if people just, absolve the wreckage of their own past and heal whatever is broken in themselves, because in the next month we're gonna see who hasn't healed what's broken, and because people are gonna start acting out in very violent and gross and weird ways, which is gonna trigger more people of their shell shock. So there's gonna be like a ripple of shell shock. because they're just saying that the numbers are bigger. See, I've been in IT, my whole data is imposed and interjected, and plus they roll stuff back all the time. Think about how much data is lost in the cracks of just rollbacks. Even on YouTube, they took away Stream Classic couple maybe 3 weeks ago. Now it's back. Somebody rolled something, broke, and they rolled something back. So I mean, how redundancy and it's just all energy and flow. And so now they have the second interject because they keep getting to pay themselves. Look who benefits. Look who makes money. 205 people have died in 7 months. And now, tomorrow when I go do laundry, I have to wear a mask because unhealthy people already died. And I'm healthy, you know? I work pretty hard to stay healthy, so I guess if people are unhealthy, I understand your fear, and you probably wish you would have put that sandwich down or maybe gone for that walk or something, but don't take your fear out on other people that aren't fearful. That just spreads your no vibrational frequency. And I know I trigger people. I lost freaking 4 subscribers, 5, 6, I mean, because I'm not for grown-ups. I'm for freaking people that want to, I'm not for people that want to blame other people and be the victim, and, you know, I'm the person that's like, if freaking it's, get healthy. They've been trying, I mean, the military, fat men, when I was enlisted, fat men, they took my rank. I never had rank. I was like the oldest, I was like a 27, 28, like 30-year-old, like airman first class, you know, and I just had to freaking, and everybody outranked me, and so they go by rank, you know, so, but I could do things by, like, outworking them and things like that, and so, you know, and they controlled me by putting me on the weight management program, you know, so I never saw them there, but hey, you know what, I got the benefit of being healthy, and I had to go through all the seminars of all the diet, but I got a lot of training, you know, I could be a nutritionist if I could clip out. I could. People need to get healthy, then you don't have to worry about catching a cold, then your cold doesn't have to turn into the Rona. It's fucking stupid, man. This is all freaking bullshit. It's all crap. It's all crap. It's all crap. And people just are buying it. Hook, line, sinker, 6 feet apart. You know, people are supposed to touch each other. They're supposed to build up your immune system. You're supposed to get sick. You're supposed to get better. All this separation, I mean, it's like Psych 101, freaking Hogwarts kindergarten, man. It's all division. It's all division. And people are just, if you don't wear a mask, you don't care about anybody else. I haven't had motherfucking running water in 3 years, so thanks for wearing a mask for me, bitch. Oh, I think that's about all I had. I'm shell-shocked. I mean, I just want to educate people, you know, I just want to go to the fireworks stand and be like, hi, I'm a veteran, you know, this is where I was, this is what I did, and this is what you do, and you know what they do? They slow blink at you. They slow blink and they go, I'm just doing my job. What if people quit their job? What if people didn't comply? What if people just said, you know what, this is not right, and the right thing to do is this course of action, but it's against the rules, but it could help more people? What if people just live more from their heart and less from their ego? What if? I'm going to go meander those thoughts. I really look forward to maybe the possibility of the world where people can self-govern, and people, you know, the governors, you know, the governors themselves, the ones that wear their $10,000 suits to tell people to do things that they're not willing to do themselves. The Jesuits, Newsom. Yeah, I know you're a Jesuit, Newsom. You know, I know what the Jesuit oath is, Newsom. I know my brother does his office and you guys, his name has come out of your mouth. Did you know he has a sister and a mom up in Oregon? Governor. See, I ain't a part of that club, but I'm right there because my brother is right there. But he's telling me to figure stuff out, and I'm like, okay, I'll start a YouTube channel and I'll talk about all how the people that run countries are egomaniacal and they don't care about even their own family. So if they don't care about their own family, then how are strangers ever supposed to get help with jack shit? And that is, they prove my point every day about what happens when people live from their ego. And when I look at spirit, I'm just talking about their inner child, because a lot of these people have had things happen to them when they were younger, and they just shut that part of themselves down. That part's dead. You know, and they get to maybe, you know, experience the joy of like watching it through their kids, you know, vicariously, you know, but they don't remember, you know, and when I see it, I'm like, oh, when I was her age, this is what happened to me, you know, and all this stuff, you know, and all this stuff. So, I mean, my brother's a bureaucrat. I know all about it. He doesn't talk to me anymore because I called him a fucking piece of shit because he didn't respect my boundary. I just said, I just hope to move down next year. This was last year sometime. I knew the constellations were, I knew it was going to happen. When he called, I almost didn't answer, and I was just like, I'm going to keep my cool. Not going to let him get my goat. And he's like, so what's your plan? I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. I'll just let you know where I'll be, and if you want to come show up and help unload, you can do that. The pressure's off. You know, because he always gives me rules, and he's a lawyer. He always gives me rules and regulations and deadlines, and stuff happens, and I can't always do it, and then I'm a failure, and then I get so dizzy I can't do anything, and it's just not even worth it. So I do it by myself. So he kept pressing, and he kept pressing, and he knows what to do, and he knows what to say, and he said, you haven't worked in 2 years. Because at that time, 3 years, whatever it had been. And I flashed it all I've done to take care of Mom, and I just exploded, and I called him a fucking piece of shit, and he hung up on me, and at first I was fearful that he wasn't going to let me talk to my nieces anymore, but that hasn't panned out. And then I get these thoughts, and then, you know, you can't land on any of them. You know, you just have to take the next right action. And I just kept messaging, you know, ask about the girls and send my love to them through his wife, and we just don't speak anymore. And now one of them's old enough that I send them pictures of me and Grandma, and I'll take, you know, we have a rapport with them. It's okay. It's all right. Already lay down. It's okay. Lay down. It's all right. So we bypass and just work it out, you know. But that was me standing in my power. And I won't apologize. Because I don't apologize for things that I'm not sorry for. And me standing in my power, I will never be sorry for again. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.